beautiful friends, my beautiful Facebook friends. Late night, my night owl favorite. So today's prompt, hey Christina, you're here with me. I'm like in this late night, late night showing up, waiting for my kids to go to bed. I don't know, just having a day that got away from me. Went to the hot springs today with a couple of my beautiful sisters that I don't see often, and it was a beautiful time spent in nature, in hot springs, in the cold. Oh yeah. Eclipse and the new moon. Tell me about it. Tell me what you find. Or share with me what you find. Yeah, so doing the Lioness Roar to 2021 21-day challenge. And today's prompt from Stacy was drop into your heart, share what this year has been like for you. Wow, radical letting go. This is exactly what we need. Yeah, we need to let go of so much in order to move forward. I've heard not for manifesting, just observe. Yeah, when is your day, Christina, again? When is the day for you of manifesting? Yeah, we need to radically let go of so much, truly, to move forward. Generational healing. Beautiful. So, there's actually so much generational healing happening currently on a collective level that I have personally discovered this year, and many of us have as well. And just reflecting on the 2020, I made a little list. I'm like, what has happened? And then as I'm making this list, there's actually quite a lot. I hear a lot of people saying 2020 has been their best year in so many different ways. Usually the new moon, but not like this one because of the eclipse. Yeah, I'll have to definitely see how the energy feels tomorrow. What is being reset as we all enter into the new world. We cannot enter the new world unless we have radically let go of all the bullshit, all the weeds, all the unnecessary nonsense. We must enter in harmony and truth, and recognizing truth for what it is without turning away or running away or ignoring or hiding. Because it's not always pleasant. The truth is not always pleasant, and often it is naked. And the world doesn't want to see the naked truth. Yeah. So I wanted to reflect what has happened in 2020. I owned a studio at the beginning of the year, which was interesting. It was a dream of mine for a couple of years. I even searched my town for studio spaces, and it just didn't end up happening. I got talked out of it. I saw how much work and stress it causes the owners. And then I had a beautiful proposition or a beautiful offering to be like a co-partners for a yoga studio. And it was a beautiful experience. You know, things changed and shifted with, you know, this year, but it was a beautiful experience to see that I actually manifested something I dreamed about. Owning a studio, and with the corona coming to 2020, and the yoga studios closing, taking my yoga business online. I have taught quite a few yoga classes online, so they are on my business page, Anya Devi. And yeah, if you're ever looking for a yoga practice, there's some yummy, delicious yoga practices in there that I've recorded and posted, and I've done some live. Just so interesting how that worked out, because that was also one of my dreams, to take and teach yoga online, and that happened. That manifested for me. Taking my business online, you know, as an entrepreneur, or a beginner, I should say a beginner, that was like a perfect opportunity to go for it. What else happened? I had 2 beautiful shadow magic courses this year, one at the beginning, and usually I just do them at the end of the year, Scorpio season, but this year I felt we needed it, and we had a beautiful 8-week shadow work course in May and June. Yeah, it was beautiful to have it for 8 weeks, which only made me see that, yeah, that's some deep dives, and the one that just barely happened was 3 weeks, and that was, yeah, that felt good. 3 weeks versus the 8 weeks, it felt good, because 8 weeks, it's a really deep dive into the archetypal shadow magic of different kinds, different shadows, a lot more than 21. Manifesting these dreams into being so you can create more, yes, and have these experiences of creating what you desire. Experience them just to show yourself that you are actually magic and you are the creator. Yeah, I had a beautiful year-long intimate mentorship offered as well, the Alchemical Goddess Mystery, a mystery school kind of mentorship. It was a beautiful experience, and that's over now. I'm excited to see what's on the horizon with shadow magic work. But also becoming a spiral practitioner this last year, which was interesting. I had a manifestation clear, which is part of the emotional clearing modality. Christina, that's what we did, a manifestation clear. And spiral is actually like an 8 or 9 session journey. It's a journey. It's not just like a 1 session. It's a 2, I would say 3 to 4 months journey, one-on-one. And at the end of my own spiral journey last year, at the end I had my own manifestation clear with my spiral practitioner, and I have spoken about creating a shadow magic course, and a couple of other things, but one of them was also becoming a spiral practitioner. And this was March 12th, and then the next day, March 13th, was a Friday. In my state, they shut the schools and announced, some kind of a lockdown. Wasn't really a lockdown, but the places closed, the studios closed, the schools closed. It was an interesting feeling. Right after the manifestation clear, I thought, well, here goes my manifestation. And it actually all happened no matter what. Like, no matter what appeared in the world, everything I desired on that list manifested, except for one thing. I didn't manifest as much money as I desired, which only makes me, doesn't make me bitter or skeptical. It just makes me acknowledge that I'm not all the way fully aligned. I'm not 100% match. So I just need to do more work, more deconstruction work, more awareness. Also doing all kinds of challenges in my own growth. One of the biggest things as well is to be in the Temple Body Arts mentorship, and for me it was an apprenticeship as well as mentorship with Sophia, supporting Temple Body Arts, being on the team, and learning how to be truly present online as support, as well as my own identity, in like my own individual identity, while supporting another beautiful journey for myself and others, and my mentor, Sophia Tom. Sophia Tom of Temple Body Arts, a beautiful, beautiful, divine, feminine leadership mentorship. Let's see, I'm just looking down on my list. What else I wrote? Receiving new part of my purpose work in November, dropped in fully. Oh my gosh, yes, Christina. Yay, congratulations. I'm celebrating you. I'm so excited. We're going to be together. We're going to be together in 2021. It's incredible. The support of the sisterhood is just amazing. And we're going to need it. We're going to need it more than ever. So and I shared this a little bit a few days ago, how in March of this year, I'm so excited. When we have an incredible mentor and a community, the life itself is just unfolds in such an easier way. And when we're supported by the temple arts practices, each week there's a beautiful practice that you can go dive deep in, beautiful workbooks and embodiment practice, and a gathering with a sisterhood that just holds space for you, and you can be yourself, you can speak your truth, and create the most incredible friendships and relationships. Me and Nicole also from Temple Body Art, she was my mentorship. We were together in the ambassador program, which is a little bit more intimate. And then we became like partners, and then we became another woman came in, and we had like the triad, with Stacy, and now Stacy, I, and Nicole are doing this challenge, the Lioness Portal Roar into 2021 with the 21-day challenge. So yeah, just creating some, co-creating some beautiful offerings. And yeah, when I started speaking about in March receiving this message around the coronavirus and the pandemic, at 3 in the morning I woke up with a prompt to go and journal, and I went into my living room and I sat on the floor and I journaled and journaled and journaled, like, you know, like when you're receiving a divine guidance or a message. It is so known. It just pours out of you, maybe like 8 or 9 pages. And I wrote about this darkness and then this poison being placed upon the earth. Not being placed, but this poison, the darkness that has been upon the earth for generations, is now revealing itself externally, because it's been hidden for so long. And at that point, I wasn't exactly sure what it was. And it opened to me through different sources. And I recognized it as this is what it was. And it was very shocking, and it was really awakening for me, and something that you want to run away from and hide and not accept and not see and deny, and just, it's almost like you know this is happening in the world, but because you can't do anything about it, it's easier just to hide. So I learned and received these messages about this darkness on a planet that truly reawakened me more into my potential of showing up and my doing more for the world in however ways, and slowly throughout the year it opened up new pathways for me, my own new realizations, and this darkness that is deeply hidden from the world and no one talks about it, or not a lot of people talk about it. You know, this darkness comes from the underground places, from also ignorance and corruption. The corruption that's been upon the earth for generations. You know, when the generational healing is happening, it's truly happening on a collective level, as well as we're all healing our own generational trauma and wounds. We're also healing the collective. So this darkness is truly about the most horrible thing that can happen upon the earth, which is human trafficking, selling humankind, trading, trafficking, abusing, using, torturing, murdering, killing humans, humankind, our own kind, human beings. And I started going deeper and deeper and deeper, and learning and receiving so much more wisdom about it and around it, and what is being done around it, and who and what is surrounding this deep, dark, hidden secrets of terror, simply this terrible darkness that is upon the earth, where women and children are being traded and sold and used. And for a lot of people, it's a known fact, but it doesn't truly even touch their awareness, or they they just hide from it. And so for me, I know it's a generational, I would say, wound. There's another major shift from the past 200 years with the great conjunction on the solstice. I'm praying our higher consciousness is the panacea. I'm not familiar with that. So as we step into the new world and through all these portals, we must accept this bitter truth. Like, we cannot deny any longer. Yes. Healing for humanity. No matter how much we want to hide and deny, on a cellular level, we're all connected to this pain, this bitter truth. And even though we can't maybe physically go on these missions, and I have met the most incredible people this year that actually go on missions to save children from human trafficking. They go down south, and it's a beautiful experience to know and to support. It's a heart-wrenching experience when you go on the feed and the place that does these missions posts one word, and in capital letters this one word says pray. And this is when we all know they are on the mission to save little girls and little boys, and all we can do truly is pray. And that is exactly what we as humanity must do to heal our generational wound of this darkness. Each day we can begin with a sincere prayer for the good of all humankind. We must stop ignoring and acting as if the terrors of the world don't exist or they don't concern us. We must put a stop to this horrible pain, and we no longer need to be afraid of whoever is at the top of doing all of that. They're just a bunch of psychopaths, people who don't have our best interest at heart, and they don't benefit from any news speaking about it, because they own all the channels of information to the masses, to the public. And there's only a few of us, there's not that many of us that are actually here to awaken the consciousness of the planet into the truth, so that we may enter in a new world with harmony and truth, with not denying it any longer. Yes. We must wake up and truly connect to the divine energy of harmony and truth, the divine energy of transformation. And no matter what we believe in, we can be any religion whatsoever, we can believe in anyone or anything in order to pray. We don't even have to believe in anything. We can, close our eyes, we can meditate, we can whisper, we can just speak these words into the universe or into the world. And healing humanity with intentional words each morning when we wake up we can claim the right to a better world. We can claim to choose our own destiny and not have anyone have control over our lives any longer. Saying no to fear and to the corrupt systems. We can say no to the corruption simply by offering a prayer. Bringing the energy of pure love, of pure divine love. And I wrote this down with our own words. We can just simply say, we can say no to them. That's it. That's enough. Put all of our energy into this and say to them, no more. We're not afraid of you. We don't need you or your power. We will decide our own destiny. We don't need your corrupt systems. We don't need idols. We don't need people put on pedestals and entertain us. We need a new world that is built on harmony and truth. We are ready for it, and this is what we want. This was just all coming through today and yesterday, and just as a reflection. As we're no longer available for any negative forces to control, manipulate, and take possessions of our lives. We get to choose truth and harmony for our future generations as we heal our dark wounds that affect all of us and that are showing up right now upon the planet. So, yeah, that's my reflection. I'm realizing that even me showing up late at night is such a shadow work. It's such a shadow work to be a shadow worker, to work in the dark and be comfortable with it, to feel it with all your open, broken heart is not easy. And but someone has to do it. And Christina, we're here doing the shadow work. And not to have any aggression, not to have any anger or hatred for this darkness, but pure light of divine love to dissolve all that is so horrible and terrible and disgraceful in the eyes of God, divine, goddess, source, universe. Because we are, here to resurrect the true soul and the evolution of humanity. And your cat and eclipse energy, yes. Okay, I think I probably should be done. Thank you for being here, Christina. Yeah, reflecting on 2020 has been an incredibly potent, beautiful, deep shadow magic experience. I've realized shadow work is truly path of one of my passions, and it's my path, and I am adding to my tool belt many other things, including the voice for the voiceless, as I stand for all women and all children, and I speak up against human trafficking and corruption, and always praying for harmony, truth, and healing. Thank you, Christina. Yes, may we all heal the collective And hello. One more person. So thank you so much love and blessings. May all of our practices truly benefit all of humanity. Blessed be, blessed be.